JKB back with another episode. Today on the show, I'm doing a holiday buying guide. This is like kind of based on everything I experienced this whole year and the things that I kind of really think you might want to check out, especially if you have, you know, maybe a young one around, but you also like your video games. So I'm going to get into some products that I had a chance to pick up this year, but let me start by saying earlier in the year, I did a video called New Tech Toys, and Best Buy sent me somewhere to check out all these cool tech toys, and I thought there's one in particular out of that I just want to show you again, and that was the Cozmo, I should say, Robot, which was just spectacular to be able to use, and especially I thought anybody that has a kid that's into video games and has an iPad or an iPhone or any Android device that can download the app that's going to go with Cozmo the Robot, you want to check that out. I know that a lot of kids are going to be spectacularly like blown away by this robot. But in moving forward here, that video has a lot of other cool things you might want to check out, but this right here is very special. Best Buy decided to send me this, which is so ridiculous. And the idea of this droid is quite simple. Sphero decided that they were going to make almost, you know, like the best droid you've ever seen for a Star Wars toy robot. I mean, this thing is ridiculous. So let me just unpack it here slowly. There we go. This thing is just so amazing to look at. So you've got R2 in all of his glory here, and it does some amazing things with your phone. So let's check some of that out. As you can see, you can put him on the desk, and he has the ability to be controlled by your iPhone, and you can also let him free roam and just do what he wants. So he'll interact with the environment around him. He will actually not drive into things. And what's really cool about this is you can also tether him to other devices. So what I mean by that is, if you have a BB-8 unit, put them together, they'll talk to each other on the floor and beep around and interact with each other. The app also lets you do custom things like build out like a little map that he'll follow, so you can kind of like trace it around the floor and watch him do it. You can also control him, like I said, yourself. And then he has pre-canned animations that are spectacular. And I really think that this droid is probably the best kind of like representation of R2 that we'll ever see. And I gotta be honest, I do want to definitely see a bigger version of R2 like this, because this is spectacular, but if they go to the next level and have the doors open, that might be mind-blowing. But you gotta keep in mind, this is also kind of a toy for kids, and you gotta worry about things like, you know, choking them and stuff. So in closing, this, you know, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. This is the best thing I've ever seen in terms of a Star Wars toy for adults and kids. So I definitely want you to say, yeah, I'm going to check that out if I'm a Star Wars fan, because you have to go. So at Best Buy Canada, they have these, and Best Buy in the States, I'm assuming, has this as well. So Best Buy Canada, though, sent this over for me to check out, and I'm so thankful that I had the opportunity to check this out, so thanks to them. Next up on the list is something that I received from Microsoft Canada, and I gotta say, the Xbox One X has been such an amazing experience. Upgrading a game on my 4K television has been like just mind-blowing. Watching Forza 7 before and after has been just incredible, seeing the details in the HDR and the 4K. And some of you, you know, might not be into the 4K gaming yet because you don't have that, and that's why I'm kind of adding it to the list. If you want a Christmas present that's gonna blow your mind, an Xbox One X is kind of that gift, based on the fact that it takes the old games, even in 1080p, and still makes them look better on any television you plug them into. So I'm not going to get into super details of like why I think it's spectacular. I did a full review, which you could check out on my channel here. But, I mean, games like Call of Duty, World War II look better on there. And then Assassin's Creed, I wrote down notes here. Assassin's Creed looks spectacular. And, you know, Shadow of Mordor, or Shadow of War, I keep always messing that name up, but Shadow of War, Middle-earth, looks the best as it can on home console on the Xbox One X versus any other console you can even put it on. I mean, it's been proven, and it's just such a ridiculous thing to see gaming go up to this level. But I'm also curious on like what's to come next after this. Like Destiny 2 also looks really good on the system itself, and it also runs better I can't recommend Xbox One X enough. But, you know, there's one other thing. There's one other thing that a lot of people, this system probably becoming my favorite system of all time. The year of Nintendo has been ridiculous. Super Mario Odyssey, oh my goodness, one of the best games of the year. Legend of Zelda might be my game of the year. You're gonna have to wait for that video, but I just thought, like, these are some of the things I wanted to include here. There's something else I want to include here, and I did a review of it recently. The Nesjent arcade power case. I don't know why I said arcade. This thing right here switches onto the Switch, or locks onto the Switch, I should say, and it actually prolongs the battery of the Switch for about twice the length. So you'll get about 7.5 hours of game time with something like this on the back of your Switch. That is spectacular. So check out my full review of this. And I want to thank Best Buy again for sending over the R2 unit. And I really feel like, in closing here, Christmas is all about the gifts. So send me them. Merry Christmas. And I love you guys. I really do think that these are the top tier things you could check out this year. I mean, if you're a Star Wars fan, that's the best. If you're into gaming, the Switch is spectacular, and the Xbox One X is also spectacular. And then, if you're on the PlayStation side of things, I gotta bring up Gran Turismo Sport. That's a game that I haven't actually reviewed on the channel, but I'm actually quite enjoying it in VR. So that's also something else you could check out for your PlayStation. There's so many things I could tell you to go check out, but I just thought I'd take a moment to show you some of the things that I had my hands on, and some of the things I think a lot of people are going to really love this Christmas. So I'll see you in the next episode of JKB.